Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. GG92. Now, internet, we have multiple debates about grizzly bear versus silverback gorillas, and I'm pretty sure majority of us agree that grizzly bear will be silverback gorilla, like almost every time, like 99% of the time, dominates. However, in this video, I want to see if how many gorillas does it take down a grizzly bear or one grizzly bear. So, let's find out. Grizzly bears, obviously we're afraid of this creature, no shit. It's like your dog on the steroids. Manning a bear is much scarier than any other horror movie I have ever seen. Really scary if you think about it. Like, they're about like 2.5 meters tall and weighing around 300 to 415 kilograms. We are taking the larger, and compared to that, the gorillas are too big and strong, but they're not exactly that strong or big. Like, two animals does have each fuck! Although two animals does have advantages on each other. Starting with gorillas' advantage, gorillas have clear lifting strength. Resources have indicated that some gorillas can lift 850 kilograms deadlifting, but this is more about hypothetically. Gorillas have a slightly stronger bite force, about 1,250 to like 1,300 pounds per square inches. Grizzly bears' bite force is around 1,200 pounds per square inches, and their lifting strength is not exactly that strong, especially not much compared to gorillas. In terms of advantages that bear have over gorillas are, well, just like the overall much bigger and much faster creatures. They can run at like 56 kilometers per hour, a much faster animal. They also have much powerfuler like durability, both in like blunt and piercing. Some are really hard to kill. Even with guns, it's really hard to kill them. Although there is a weak spots there, like brain, spine, heart, and lungs. However, in order to reach those, you have to penetrate about 45 to 60 centimeters on averagely. And the gun that perfectly showcased the grizzly bear's piercing durability is the 50 BMG rifle. We also can comparable to shotguns, some shotguns like 12G. However, in order to kill with the 12G shotgun, you need to be really close, like 5 to maybe 3 meters close. For gorillas, the perfect gun that showcased the piercing durability is 308 Winchester. Is the correct one. Guns like 50 BMG would just put a giant hole into a gorilla. It's not even great. It's like shooting an NTW-20 to a like grizzly bear. It will just put a hole there. And like shotguns with 12G, you can shoot it from like 25 meters to 24 meters away, and it can be just sent to your body, and it can instantly like it can heavily injure the gorilla. Starting with grizzly bear, there's some example of reports have indicated that in North America that some bears do get run over by a car that are moving at 80 kilometers per hour, and the cars are usually sedan or Prius, which is 1.3 tons to 1.6 tons, and roughly around getting hit by that is roughly around the 2,000 joules of energy. If they don't get the support, they just kind of dies within 30 minutes, which kind of is their like peak blunt durability, as so 200,000 joules of energy is pretty much reasonable. For gorillas, there isn't much blunt durability showcased there, because most of the time when gorillas die, they die to a piercing durability things indicator we can say about it, and that is the getting hit by an emergency vehicle at the zoo. However, this is more hypothetically than more actual happened, but the thing is that the car that actually hit was somewhere about 1.2 tons. And the car was roughly moving the 50 kilometers per hour, which is somewhat 130,000 joules of energy. However, the thing is that that vehicle instantly killed the gorilla. It didn't hit by like straightforward, it more hit it by the edge, which makes it like only like 30% to 40% of its power, which is roughly like 40,000 joules to 50,000 joules. In terms of blunt durability, it feels like. And keep in mind, even if we take the full like 135,000 joules, that thing instantly killed the gorilla. And 200,000 joules is like sometimes kills it, sometimes kinda, you know, heavily injures it. So in terms of striking strength, other than the bite force, we do have some scalings. We can actually estimate a pow swipe arm or upper limb usually weighs around 21 to 22 kilograms. And they're kinda using some of their small percentage of their body weight more into it. So probably 26 to 27 kilograms. And the bears usually like hit each other about 9 meters per second. This usually outcome of being 1056 joules of energy, or somewhat over 1000 joules of energy. Compared to that, the gorilla's limb usually weighs 15 to 16 kilograms, and they're actually quite hit fast. They usually hit 10 to 11 meters per second, which ranging 776 joules of energy or over 800 joules of energy. Now, in terms of their striking power, they seem to be somewhat equal with each other, almost equal. However, the big problem is that the bear has a claw and the gorilla doesn't, and the claw is game changing. And I don't explain you all how much can this, the striking power can be changed. I really can't, but let's just say the bear strike. Sometimes bears can actually one-shot a cattle by hitting the spine. Now the spine is the cattle's weak spot. But again, like one-shotting a cattle is much greater than any gorillas can do. In terms of final result, we can see how much they can be compared with each other. Gorillas almost have nearly 2 times stronger lifting strength and have 8% slightly stronger bite force. Grizzly bears, they have nearly 2 times bigger, 5 times more freezing durability, 5 to 6 times more blunt durability. However, the thing is that this video is not about one gorilla versus one grizzly bear. Some people already did that. This video is about 100 motherfucking gorillas versus one grizzly bear. Now, I don't know how to explain to you, but I don't think one bear is going to stand a chance against 100 gorillas. I mean, come on. First of all, like a freaking 250 kilogram creature is like rushing to a 400 kilogram creature. It's not going to be great. And yeah, grizzly bears can last longer. Their fight is usually last much longer than gorillas does. But keep in mind, 100 gorillas. Also, I forgot to tell you all that both sides will fight till death, and probably bear will just like 3-swipe the single gorilla. But that's a 3-swipe to single gorilla. And 3-swipe is still a lot. And by the way, like some gorillas can take definitely more than 3-swipe, like possibly 7 to 8-swipe. And each gorilla is somewhat similar size between each other, like 200 to 270 kilograms. We kind of also forget to mention that. Sometimes grizzly bears bite each other and bite each other and injure each other a lot, like bleed a lot. Gorillas, remember when gorillas and bears have a similar bite force? Although the canine is kind of different, but it's still strong enough. If a 10 gorilla starts biting the bear, then it's kind of over. And yes, sometimes gorillas do bite. Like they do bite is their probably the first fighting style. It depends on, again, it's even if it's like their second option to fight, they're still going to bite the creature. And I don't think bear is going to stand a chance against 100 gorilla. Some bears do get get taken down by dirty wolves. And one gorilla can definitely take down one wolf, at least. So yeah, 100 gorillas will absolutely shit on one bear, and 100 humans will pee on one gorilla. Thank you all for watching.